Back in early June, we raised our forecast for the Australian dollar, which at the time was at 68 cents, to 72 cents by the end of the year and 76 cents by the end of 2021. Now, of course, as you know, the Australian dollar is almost at 72 cents. And the question is, do I think it's going to stall between now and the end of the year? And the answer is no. We've raised our forecast to 75 cents by the end of the year and 80 cents by the end of 2021. Our fair value model at the moment is suggesting that the Aussie dollar fair value is around 78 cents, and that's been heavily influenced by a positive interest rate differential that we haven't had until quite recently, but also the very strong iron ore price. And the reason behind the iron ore price being so strong is strength in China. It's not some supply response that we've seen in the past when, for instance, Brazil's supply has been disrupted. China is planning to grow that economy, we believe, by 15% between the March quarter and the end of the year. That'll make up for the 10% they lost in the March quarter, and that will put them far and away in terms of their growth relative to other countries. We think that's got a long way to go. We also believe that the cycles in the Australian dollar are long. So it bottomed out in March, and I expect that this 2-year cycle will see the Aussie dollar carrying through into 2021, lifting to that 80-cent level that we're currently targeting. Another really important factor around the outlook for the Australian dollar is always going to be risk. And the key driver of risk at the moment is around the virus. We have seen a lift globally in cases of the virus recently, but we're also starting to see more and more encouraging news on vaccines. There are now 40 companies around the world that are in the testing stage, and 8 of them are in stage 3, where they're testing thousands of people. My view is that from a market perspective, the focus will move on to progress around vaccines rather than looking at the number of virus cases. And that, of course, will support the Australian dollar as people become more comfortable with the outlook for the virus through more comfort around the vaccine story.